What's up, guys? Welcome to my review of the 401a interior, specifically the seats of the 2018 Mustang GT, with a little bit of quote-unquote humor mixed in. This sun is hot as... This is a review of the beautiful Showstopper Red interior, which is part of the 401a package on the 2018 Mustang GT. I'm doing this video in 4K, so turn it up if you have 4K video capability. Leather is one of the most luxurious upgrades and adds a flair of style to any car. That's why, when I found out that the back seat was made of vinyl, I was like, son of a bitch! I mean, seriously, with all the cows that we in America eat every year, there's more than 40 million cows slaughtered every year. You couldn't afford half of a cow skin. I mean, slice that shit, paint it red, and staple that bitch to my back seat. Now, I am just kidding. There's a little bit of humor, but I am actually miffed that the back seats are made of vinyl, given the thousands of dollars it takes to upgrade. But there are some pros to that. I like this little seatbelt holder here, by the way. For one, vinyl is easier to clean. So if you have kids back here, and your kid spills some milk or whatever, it's pretty easy to clean. It just wipes up. The vinyl is non-porous. Well, except for this, it's kind of imitates the perforated look, but it's not really perforated, just little holes. So you should be able to wipe it up pretty quickly. Nothing's gonna stick to it and smell. So if your kid spills milk in it or whatever, it's not gonna smell as long as you obviously clean it right up. Well, it looks nice. It seems to match so far. Again, the car's brand new, so time will tell. But what I'll do is I'll put up a picture of this Showstopper Red vinyl and the Showstopper Red leather in high detail right here. So I think, as you can see, it looks pretty decent. No one's going to be able to tell. One thing I do like is that the car seat anchors are pretty well hidden. Those little slits right there under those buttons. However, it is a bitch to put your car seat hook in there and anchor it, but that's a small gripe. I do like how these seatbelt fasteners are kind of recessed, so to speak, in a hole like that. So you can see it like that. Just looks kind of sporty. One downfall of the vinyl, other than just its vinyl, is that it gets hot in the summertime. So, you know, you guys gotta, guys and gals, get those windows tinted. Or better yet, cancel your plans to have kids and tell your wife you want a rear seat delete kit instead. That shit costs about $100, and kids cost like 3 times that. I'm not gonna lie. These back seats are not comfortable at 6'1". Yeah. But this is not a review, luckily, of the footroom, which is non-existent in the back of the Mustang GT. Luckily, this is a review of the seat material. So the leather is luxurious and soft to the touch. Feels nice, smooth, nice stitching. Really nice perforations. The only problem is that with the perforations, they can be a bitch to clean. If something small falls inside of them, it's really hard to get it out. I'm looking for a solution for that right now. As you can see here on the driver's seat, there's a little white speck right there. I don't even know what it is, but it slipped into the hole. Don't be looking at my crotch. God, you friggin' perverts. So I'm looking into a solution for that, maybe a small vacuum or computer vac or something like that. The perforation looks cool though, and also it is awesome because you have a cooled and heated seats. I've never had cooled seats in a car before, but it's so awesome. just to feel that coolness on your ass right after your wife kicks it for that whole no kids rear seat delete thing. I mean, what were you guys thinking? The stitching is really solid, looks tight. It's got the red stitching on part of the seat, and then on part of the seat on the side bolster here, it's got black stitching. And then further over here, it's got red stitching, which is a really cool combination. And it goes all the way from the bottom seat all the way up to the top, and then it continues there on the headrest. Trying to get it zoomed in, but it's a little bit dark now that the sun went behind a cloud. But really nice. Hopefully we're getting some close-up views in 4K, so you guys can pause it and take a look if you want to. The bucket seats are really nice, but that's not part of this review. The stitching here on the center console is red with a middle black stitch. Looks really good. It continues on to the shifter with the red and the black stitching, and then goes off to the sides of the console over here, which is kind of like, I'm not sure if this is actually leather. It kind of feels like a hard leather. Definitely doesn't feel cheap, doesn't feel plasticky. Has a nice kind of rich, sporty but luxurious look to it. The seats have a red. This is the Showstopper Red, obviously, and then it goes to the black in the back here. And then, as I mentioned, the rear seats are made of vinyl. On the door over here, you continue with the perforation and then the red stitching, and it goes all the way down. Looks really, really nice. I think this might actually be leather over here. It's just really cushioned. It's actually really soft, and it continues down to the grips here. Really a nice quality feel to it. I'm comparing this to, I mean, I have a pretty good set of comparison vehicles to this. I had almost the same exact color combo in my 2008 BMW M3, except it wasn't really red like this. It was kind of like a salmon-y color. It didn't look as sharp as this red or as good as this red at all. So I have that, which is a luxurious car, a luxury vehicle, obviously, to compare to. And then the latest car I had was a 2017 STI Limited Edition, which also had a similar black with red bands of leather on the inside. And it's just, there's no competition between this interior and that STI interior. The STI does not invest a lot of money in the interior. Everybody knows that, but the STI is absolutely wicked on the track and Velcro around corners, so that, you know, the STI does its own thing. But in terms of like the quality of the build of the interior, this Mustang is probably one of the best, if not the best, I've ever had. The stitching continues up here on the dash, goes all the way around. Again, it's that kind of soft material. I'm not sure if this is leather. I'm going to contact the dealer and find out. But I don't think it's leather, but it is some kind of cushioned, maybe it's vinyl or something like that. So far, it's I'm very happy with it, and it's holding up well, and it's looking really good. Leather, obviously, is the most luxurious option you can get. There are, of course, some high-end sports cars that have the Alcantara, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. To me, I prefer, you know, real leather to that, but more whatever floats your boat. I think the Alcantara might hold your butt into the seat a little bit better. I mean, cars like the GT 350 and the GT 350R have like cloth seats. So I prefer a little bit of luxury. I know those cars are into weight savings and stuff like that, but I'm very happy with this interior so far. I would rate it a 5 out of 5 stars. The Showstopper Red for me is highly recommended. A friend of mine just ordered his Mustang 2018 GT. He got his in the burgundy color. So I'll do a quick review of that when it comes in, probably in several weeks, to let you guys know what that looks like. Thoughts on the seats themselves. I kind of like the look of the Recaro seats. Tiny bit of regret that I didn't get those, but I heard they were really uncomfortable, and at this point in my life I just wanted something that's a bit more comfortable, so I got this. I think it looks beautiful. Highly recommended. And if you guys haven't seen my video on what not to do in your car, just make sure you remember when you get out of your car, don't put your hand here and push yourself off. Don't put your hand here on this side bolster and push yourself off. Put your hand down here, because in one of my other M3s, some guy, the previous owner, had kept on putting his hand here when he got out, and the stitching had all like come apart. Don't be that guy. All right, guys, that's been my review of the seats. Highly recommended. Reach out if you have any questions, or if you'd like anything else reviewed in this car. Remember to hit the subscribe in the month of February, and I'll donate whatever number of subscribers I get to St. Jude in terms of $1 per subscribe, up to like 500 bucks. I'm not a rich guy, not yet. Not till I get 1 million viewers. Maybe with the help of you guys. But other than that, that's it. Reach out if you have any questions. Oh, and I forgot one of the most important parts, and that's the steering wheel wrap. I'm not sure if this changes with the 401a, but anyway, it's a nice tight steering wheel. Nice weave on it. Couple of brakes where they attach the leather to it. All in all, a nice build for a steering wheel. I do wish that they have these little handles here, these little grips. They're not aggressive at all in the Mustang. I do miss those aggressive grips like on the STI and on the M3s. But there's a little bit more of a substantial grip here than the rest of the steering wheel, so can't really complain. But overall, nice wrap on the steering wheel. It's nice and soft in your hand. When you squeeze it, it gives way a little bit, but it's also nice and tight and nice and slippery if you want to, glide your hand across it like this when you drive. And that's it, guys. This is how I spend my lunch breaks for you. So let me know if you have any more questions, and I'll be happy to do reviews. More later.